I'm not surprised, nor am I disappointed. I'm not surprised because it's the third time that I've been nominated for something. Mr. Hoyt had nominated me GCOM. Mr. Barjagdeo had nominated me for GCOM, and now Mr. Aubrey Norton has nominated me for the directorship in the Natural Resource Fund. So it's not. It doesn't trouble me.
Attorney at law and chartered accountant Christopher Ram sharing his thoughts on the recently concluded Committee of Appointment meeting where former People's National Congress Reform Member of Parliament Dunstan Barrow was chosen to sit on the Natural Resource Fund Board of Directors. The amended Natural Resource Fund Bill, which was assented into law by President Irfan Ali in December last year, caters for the establishment of a Board of Directors to manage the fund, a component that was missing in the 2019 Act. To this end, on January 19, a motion was filed by the Senior Minister with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, asking the National Assembly to nominate one member for the board. Consequentially, 3 nominees were announced by the government: Dunstan Barrow, Hamley Case, and Clement Seeley. However, those names were not positively received by the opposition member of parliament, who said that they will be submitting a separate list of nominees, although they had signaled that they were not going to participate in the process. The nominees submitted by the opposition were Vincent Adams, Clive Thomas, Christopher Ram, and Elson Lowe. The opposition submitted the 4 names and lobbied heavily for the consideration of Ram as their preference, since it was believed that he was a superior nominee, as is explained by MP Sherwin Holder during an interview with Nightly News subsequent to the committee's meeting.
Gail Teixeira at the onset, tried to steer the committee in the direction of finance and law. And it was based on that I nominated Christopher Ram, and we produced his CV also to prove that he is a superior candidate.
Nevertheless, Ram has expressed that he is not worried about being omitted for selection, since from a legal standpoint, a director on the board does not have any real power.
Law, in fact, sets out what the withdrawals can be anyway. So, if you think about it, the law was passed, money was withdrawn, the board has not been appointed, and it's business as usual. So it wouldn't have made a hell of a lot of difference, except that somebody might have made some more noise and said, well, we should advocate perhaps for the law to be given some more teeth, or for the position of a director to have some real kind of duty and power.
It should be noted that all the existing oil revenue, a total of $126.7 billion, was extracted from the fund to help finance this year's $552.9 billion budget in the absence of the board. This move has since raised questions in the minds of politicians such as David Patterson, who in an AFC press conference noted that the board will not be able to accurately monitor the spending of the sum of money that was already withdrawn. More so, when Christopher was asked whether he agreed that he was a superior candidate, as is being touted by the opposition, he said he was not going to comment on his qualification. While the selection of Barrow has caused the opposition to criticize the government's One Guyana movement, citing that the administration is anti-inclusive and anti-transparent, President Irfan Ali, during a recent press conference, sought to defend the selection of Barrow. According to the Act, the Board of Directors shall comprise of no less than 3 and not more than 5 members, who shall be appointed by the President, and one of whom shall be appointed Chairman. The Act further states that the members of the board shall be elected from among persons who have wide experience and ability in legal, financial, business, or administrative matters, one of whom shall be nominated by the National Assembly, and one of whom shall be a representative of the private sector. For the HGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.